Good.
I know, right? So now we're going to go in with a little bit lighter colors again. Same colors to blend. It's just going lighter each time. We're just pulling in. Basically, it just draws her forward from the background each time you do a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter. And I'm just defining that a little because I wanted to. So I'm going to try and recreate that salmon because that was just awesome. So pretty. Don't know if I can do it, but I'll try. I'm going to go. With each lighter layer, you want to go a little bit further in from the spots that you were in previously. So you can actually switch to a smaller brush each time too, if that helps. And then I'm just going to go in here, in here. And you can do it heavy, you can do it light, whatever feels good for you. For me, this almost feels like she's got light sparks shooting out of her head almost. So even though these originally were defined by the lines that were in the background, they now feel like they've become their own thing, which I find interesting. So they're sort of almost becoming their own pattern on their own, which is one of the fun things about this technique, is that can happen. Is it something you started doing because you were following a line or following a contour of something, can end up becoming something that becomes a feature of it that you never even planned for. And for me, in my visioning, I had, in that funny little cottage built around the tree, there was a fireplace with a lovely cozy fire going. So all these little sparks and flame-looking things actually remind me of that. So I can understand how that, as my subconscious started coming into play while I was painting, I can totally understand how these patterns happened. And you'll notice that it'll start to resemble things from your vision, or resemble things that remind you of something from your vision, even without you really intending for it to happen. But this is also the stage where we'll start adding some of the symbolism that we saw in our visioning. He's snoring so loud. It's awesome.
It's adorable.
I know. The funny thing is, I don't think he even realizes he's doing it. He's just doing his thing. He doesn't care. Oh, and I just realized that they're right here. The pond in my dream had those koi fish in it.
Ah, beautiful.
And I feel like they're coming in here somewhere. I haven't fully decided, but it feels like something is happening with that in here. Like I said, the symbols start just randomly wandering in at this point. And it's almost as though, without really paying much attention to it, you've made room for them, which is kind of fun. And they don't look like koi fish right now. I'm just sort of fiddling with where they might be. I feel like they're kind of swimming down this way. I don't know how many of them will be, but we shall see. when you get into the final stages of your painting, you can get as detailed on some of the spots. Like, I think these fish are actually going to be pretty detailed, weirdly enough. It just feels that way.
Beautiful.
For some reason, they feel like they're going to be a feature at the end.
Yeah.
But I'm still working with these warm colors because they're still feeling really good to me. And I just keep going a little bit lighter, starting to add some of the different things. I'm not sure why they were koi fish. I'm going to have to actually look up what their meaning is because I don't understand why they were in a pond indoors in my visioning. I have no explanation for that. So I imagine I'm going to have to look that up and figure it out because I don't know. And I just made a lighter color, so I'm just going back in with that lighter color. And it's just building layer upon layer. She has, I feel like, well, I think that'll be in the later layers. I also had those jasmine flowers in there, but I don't yet feel I know what color they are, so I imagine they'll come later. I can't even think off the top of my head what a jasmine flower looks like. Wait a minute. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look just to get an idea of what I'm doing. I am Googling, you betcha. Oh, those are cute. Okay, interesting. Oh my god, there's so many different kinds. Well, that doesn't help at all. Oh, that was the one that I'm thinking feels... Okay, I got it now. I got it. I feel better. I was having a brain fart. That was the one I was thinking of, so that's good. Boop. Boop. There we go. Because I'm thinking... And again, I was only Googling just so I could get a vague shape that I like. It's not going to look like an exact flower. That's not the point. It's just to have, because I could smell jasmine in my visioning. So I want to have just those, the remembrance of that, because it just felt so, like it was such a good smell. It felt so wonderful. And the whole idea of this is to remind yourself of the things that make you feel sumptuous. And right now I'm just placing them wherever it feels good to place them. There's still no planning happening. It just feels good to place them certain places. I feel like she has a... There's something happening in here, like a shawl or wheel or something. It's not yet quite defined. That's what it wants to be. And it's still just very vague shapes because when we go in with the next layer, we might end up covering up some things that we really liked. We might end up losing some stuff, finding other stuff. So it's not trying not to get too attached to what's happening. yet. We're allowed to get attached eventually. Not yet. I feel like she had some kind of leaves going on, but I haven't really decided, so I'm just kind of suggesting leaves to myself. They may stay, they may not. They may go into a different spot. It's just sort of a reminder to myself that the tree was there inside, which was quite interesting. It might even be. That's what that was. Okay. My brain was wanting a tree shape. That was why I was having issues with the whole tree thing. There. So that's going to be, like I said, at this stage, we're just starting to add some symbols. Still not anything super, super specific. It's just symbols from your visioning that you want to commemorate. I'm also going to go in a little bit and lighten up some of the features on her face while I'm here with my lighter colors, because that can be helpful. Still adding little bits of those symbols while I'm at it. So you just think of any place on the face that's rounded. So if you have like a rounded spot, like the highest spot on your forehead is usually fairly light. So I'll usually add some lighter color there. The eyelids. If she hasn't opened her eyes yet, she might yet even later, so it doesn't really matter. I have some that don't open their eyes ever, and some that open their eyes right at the last minute, so I never know. And then the tops of the cheeks are usually quite light as well. This isn't any final shading, it's just sort of getting an idea of the mapping for the face. And I sprayed my canvas down, but you can do it on dry with a dry brush if you want, and just let your paint peter out until it's gone. Whatever works. Since I know this side of her face is going to be lighter, I'm just going to go a little heavier on that. I feel like she needs lips. She has no lips. This can't be good. I'm going to put in just some hints of some lips here. Looks like she's wearing a mustache now. That's funny. She's like, mustache. I literally just do one swipe and then one swipe and then a little swipe in the middle. And then I'll go out somewhere and do the undercurve. And I usually leave it dark in the middle, so it doesn't really matter. Not yet, anyway. And I think the best part about this technique is we can't do anything wrong. Like, we can't screw it up because it's not possible to make a mistake on something that has no plan. Oh. Which is pretty awesome. And that's why I don't go too heavy into color mixing techniques and stuff either when I do these workshops, because we're focusing more on how the painting, the action of painting itself makes us feel, as opposed to trying to create a beautiful work of art that is meant for a gallery. It's basically putting your feelings down onto the canvas in color and shape and lines and just enjoying the process. I feel like there is more going on with that tree too. I feel like he's reaching out. I have no idea how I'm going to incorporate koi fish swimming through her hair and a tree. This will be interesting. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know where this is going anymore. But it's fun to watch it evolve. It's fun to sit back and go, I don't know what I'm doing right now. But again, that's one of the best parts of the process, is you don't have to know. It's not necessary. It will eventually make itself known. At some point. So I think that's it for me for my warm colors. I feel like. I don't know why. She feels like she has light on this side. Oh, maybe it's because it feels like there needs to be ground there. So part of her shoulder is the ground. Maybe. Impossible. No idea. Snoring so hard.
I know. So cute.
He's the best. If nothing else, he is endlessly entertaining. Which I love. I'm just going to redefine these lines for myself because I don't want to forget that she's telling me something at the end here. So I'm just going to redefine those for myself. So, alright. So I think when I come back, I'm going to be going in with my cooler colors. And it'll be the same sort of process where you go in and define different areas with the cooler colors and pick out different things. And then I think we'll do a glaze. And then we can start adding our final details. I'm having much too much fun if you can't tell.
That's great.
We'll be back soon.